Coming to you live from the Union Buildings. This is the starting point of the annual Nelson Mandela Remembrance Walk. It's in its third edition. If you can remember, last year we started out at the Makhura Correctional Services Center, but this time around, this year, they've decided, the organizers that is, have decided to start here at the Union Buildings because of work being done around the Union Buildings, and then it will proceed and head to the Makhura Correctional Services, passing through various heritage iconic sites in the city of Pretoria. Now, to tell us more about the walk and the part being played by the Gauteng government is the Gauteng Premier, David Makhura. Sir, good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Lebo.
What is the significance of this walk given the time of the walk?
Well, the Nelson Mandela Remembrance Walk is that last mile, the moment that the founding father of our democracy spent that last moment in our province after several decades, having come here in the early 1940s. It's an occasion that we pause to remember the contribution of Nelson Mandela and his generation to the struggle for liberation in our country, the efforts in developing and transforming our country to a democracy that's meaningful to every one of our citizens. So we take this moment. 15,000 walkers will join us today in the streets of the city of Tshwane, from all walks of life in their full diversity, to say on an occasion like this, we thank Nelson Mandela, not him alone, but his generation for their contribution, selfless and sterling contribution to what South Africa is today. We know we still have a very long way to go. We also take a moment to say, as South Africans, let's work together to build the country of our dreams. So we do this. Yes, this is the third year. We started the Remembrance Walk in 2014. Last year was the second year, and this is the third year in this regard. We see this as an event that will grow. We ending the year 2016 for us on a note that reflects back, and reflecting back means also appreciating the progress we have made as a country, but recommitting ourselves to the vision, to the values that Nelson Mandela lived for and by. That's what this walk is about. It's also to unite the people of our province, to say that we still have a very long way to go.
Let's talk about the wreath-laying ceremony that's about to commence. What is that, and what is the significance of that?
Certainly, coming here at the Union Buildings, which is the seat of our national government, where this giant statue of Nelson Mandela stands. Every time we come here, we say we remember those who sacrificed everything. Wreath-laying ceremony is also about remembrance. We remember those who sacrificed, those who are no longer with us. And we also say that, women, 60 years ago, women marched right to the seat of apartheid power. The Union Buildings is a very important heritage site, yes, where major decisions are made of government, but it's a very important heritage site. We also have another important heritage site in this city along the route, which is the Palace of Justice, where major trials against those who stood against apartheid took place. And we end up at Makhura prison, where again many were incarcerated and others were hanged there. So this is part of the heritage route, and that we want to ensure every single one of our youth also know that this is the route that was used. To remember the route that in that last week that Nelson Mandela's body was moving to the union buildings, back and forth to on a daily basis. We also want to ensure that the route that he used in that last mile, in that last moment, itself becomes a heritage route.
Premier, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you. Thank you.
Premier of Gauteng, David Makhura, talking to us about the significance of the Nelson Mandela Remembrance Walk. All right, let's take you back to Auckland Park.